Well, if you're a gun owner in Allamakee, Clayton, or Dubuque County, you got a choice to make in the upcoming Republican Party primary. Jason Gearhart versus Douglas Wolfe. Who's going to fight for your gun rights in the Iowa House? Stay tuned, guys. I'm breaking this race down for you right now. Hey guys, Aaron Dorr here with Iowa Gun Owners. We're almost at the Republican Party primary deadline, June 4, and so for gun voters in House District 64, there's an open seat matchup between Douglas Wolfe and Jason Gearhart. It's extreme northeast Iowa, all of Allamakee, all of Clayton, and one township on the north edge of Dubuque County. It's an open seat race because Ann Osmundson is retiring from the Iowa House after a long time in the chamber, and now we have these two candidates who are vying to replace her. So the question that you've been asking us for the last couple of weeks in this district is who's going to fight for gun rights? Who's going to champion the Second Amendment? Everyone says they're pro-gun. Very few people actually mean it, and even fewer will actually champion our gun rights and lead in the fight for the Second Amendment in the Iowa House. So what we have done in this race is given both candidates our candidate survey to give you guys a snapshot on how these guys may vote on the top gun rights issues of the day. And we're going to start with Jason Gearhart. The good news about Jason Gearhart is he has surveyed 100% pro-gun with Iowa gun owners. And what that means to us is not just that Jason Gearhart will vote pro-gun, but that he has promised on his candidate survey to lead in the fight for gun rights by sponsoring and co-sponsoring pro-gun bills. You can see his entire survey, for the record, on our website right now at iowagunowners.org. Some of the main questions we asked Jason was about the Second Amendment Preservation Act. We call it SAPA for short here on the board. SAPA is crucial here in Iowa. We have good gun laws in Iowa thanks to the members of Iowa gun owners. But Joe Biden doesn't care about state sovereignty. And so Joe Biden is signing one order after the next, bypassing Congress and using executive fiat to just to ban accessories through executive power. Pistol braces, bump stocks. He's redefined what a firearms dealer is. And the problem is he expects Iowa cops to enforce that tyranny here in our state. SAPA law asserts our 10th Amendment rights and tells Joe Biden this is a sovereign state. We have our own state constitution. It defends our gun rights here. We have our own General Assembly. They pass the laws for the state of Iowa. Our cops work for us and they enforce these laws. You can't use them to enforce federal gun control law. SAPA is a must-do for us here in Iowa, and Jason Gearhart supports that 100%. We also asked Jason about enhanced stand your ground law. So we have stand your ground law here in Iowa now. The problem is our current version is pretty weak. There's two problems with it. Number one, stand your ground law only comes into play here in Iowa for the most part on your appeal. So after some leftist county attorney has put you in prison for a self-defense shooting, after you've been convicted, after you're in prison, after you're broke, after your community thinks you're a murderer, then you get the privilege of asserting stand your ground law in an appeals process. That's crazy. It should be an affirmative defense that we can assert up front in a pretrial hearing. We have to fix that. The other problem with stand your ground law right now is that here in Iowa, if you draw your gun, let alone use your gun, in the eyes of the law, we're presumed guilty. You may be asking yourself, well, I thought in America we were innocent until we were proven guilty. Well, that might be, but not when it comes to self-defense here in Iowa. In 20 other states, they have inverted that presumption, so the gun owner is presumed innocent, and it's the government's job to prove their guilt. We have not done that here in Iowa. It's a major problem. Jason Gearhart agrees, and he would sponsor that pro-gun legislation in the Iowa House. All the rest of the questions we asked him, he's a no on red flag gun seizures, a no on gun registration via universal background checks. He's a no on waiting periods. He was a no on raising the age on when Iowans can buy firearms. Up and down the line, every question, 100% pro-gun. Jason Gearhart wants to be a fighter when it comes to our gun rights in the Iowa House. Unfortunately, that's where the good news ends in this race, because Douglas Wolfe has refused to fill out his IGO gun rights candidate questionnaire. Now, all the candidates here in Iowa received our survey by mail, and if they gave an email address, which almost all of them did, it was emailed to them. If they gave a phone number with their filing, it was texted to them as well. Despite all of that, we simply will not have not received an answer from Douglas Wolfe. And in our experience, when a candidate will not do a simple 10-question survey, especially in the middle of a contested Republican Party primary, it's a bad sign. A lot of times that means that candidate does not support the Second Amendment, or sure as heck won't fight for the Second Amendment, and does not want to put their views on paper. So does Douglas Wolfe support red flag gun seizures? We don't know. He will not answer the question. Does he support gun registration? A lot of Republicans do. Heck, in D.C. right now, it's a Republican who's the lead sponsor of Joe Biden's gun registry legislation, H.F. 715. Does Douglas Wolfe support that? He won't answer the question. Would he vote for SAPA? Would he vote for enhanced stand your ground law? Every question we asked him, he simply will not answer. And so we don't have any good news to give you when it comes to Douglas Wolfe, because he will not tell gun owners where he stands. So guys, if you see Jason Gearhart outdoor knocking at your front door, or at a forum, or at a campaign event, be sure and thank him for his strong pro-gun stance, for volunteering to lead in the fight for gun rights here in Iowa by promising to sponsor pro-gun bills. Thank him for all that. If you see Douglas Wolfe, I'd ask him, why won't you sign the IGO candidate survey? Why won't you put your views on gun rights in writing? Why won't you tell us where you stand on the top gun rights issues of the day? Ask him that question, guys. From there, it's up to you to decide who to vote for. We want you guys to have the information. Now you guys can make your own informed decision. Do me a favor, guys. Share this thing on social media. Tag your friends in the comment section. Make sure gun voters see this report. And to find more race breakdowns across the state, go to our YouTube page, Facebook page, and our website for a lot more information. Guys, finally, join the fight today at joinigo.com.